Pace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to One to Go Studios as we present ARIA iRacing League for the Northern Capital Truck Series, coming at you live at the iRacing Simulated Kansas Speedway in our favorite, back in the cornfields of Onototo. What's up, Ken?
What's happening? What's happening? Before that goes desperately wrong, right?
Hey.
So, yeah, well, here we are, Kansas. Toto and Dorothy are probably somewhere in the stands getting ready for this one. Last week brought us from Michigan, the Irish Hills, and now we're in the cornfields of Kansas. So, I don't know what to expect this week, Harold. I mean, we're going to have some excitement, I would like to think.
Yep, definitely. But here, we're here at Kansas City, Kansas. It's going to be a evening race, so that we will get to the golden hour into the nights. And this is a perfect day for racing here at Kansas City, in Kansas City, Kansas. This brand new state-of-the-art facility has brought NASCAR to the heartland. Although the tri-oval track design is not unique to Kansas, the slight difference in the banking makes the track truly different. And that banking is 20 degrees in both the turns, 11 degrees on the front stretch, and 5 degrees on the back stretch. We're going to see a lot of the same strategies as we saw played out last week at Michigan. It's a smaller track, about a half mile, but we'll still have multi-grooves. We saw yesterday with the ARCA car that they rode along the top line, which is known what NASCAR does here at Kansas, is runs that high side to basically keep the foot in the gas the longest and keep that right front good. And I'm not sure what we'll see in the truck series, a little bit less horsepower. I think these guys will have a little bit more ability to move around the racetrack for hopefully 3 and 4 wide racing. We did see that yesterday towards the end of the race when things were on the line. And talk about things that are on the line. We're going from 8 to 4 drivers tonight to get to Phoenix next week. This is the last race in the round of 8.
Exactly right. And 4 guys are going to go home with their helmets in their hands, and 4 other guys are going to be moist from champagne to move on to the last set and the championship race. But yeah, I hate to talk about the mile and a halves but I feel like maybe we should put like speed bumps out there or something to kind of throw it a little more different than just 20-degree banking versus 5-degree banking. Call me crazy.
They it's like hybrid sports, like
yeah.
Hybrid
mile and a half.
I want some slalom with my oval.
Hey, there you go.
Then you get the roval is what happens. Here's our beautiful pictures there. You got Twitter at Cushy32 and at One to Go Studios. This is our Northern Capital Truck Series broadcast team. Me and Ken gonna bring the race to you throughout the evening. And then also our big thing tonight, here is our playoff picture.
There it is.
So right now,
look how tight that is.
I know.
Goodness gracious.
Well, yesterday we had the cut line at 1. But it looks to me like where, he's locked in with the win. Slaughter, pretty much 35 points. He can't even lose that many points. So he's locked in if he just starts the race. Shane Wolf is a plus 18. So he'd have to be in the bottom 20 on back.
Reverse for a little bit. Yeah.
But Player, 5 to the good with more 5 behind the cut line, as well as, then 6 behind the cut line is Trader, and 9 behind the cut line is Grant. Hallman pretty much needs to win the race.
Right.
But Hallman did win a race last week.
Well, I was about to say, however, that's what Danny Ware did. So
yeah,
it's not outside the realm of possibilities. That's for sure.
We were talking about the 8th seed winning all week, except for Xfinity last week. So as Danny Ware was seeded 8, Hallman was seeded 8th, and so was Dom DeLeo. Dom DeLeo swept the round of 8. So does Danny do that, or do we see the 8th seed of Hallman get the win. That's going to be a lot of different things going on today. We'll be keeping an eye on Player Moore, Trader, Grant, and Hallman and see how this thing plays out. Only 4 drivers will get to Phoenix next week with the yellow lettering going for the championship. And it's pretty much whoever gets to the checker flag first among the 4 will be crowned champion.
Yeah, I don't know if Hallman pulls that monster move off, but I don't think Danny Ware wins it again either. And I'm nothing against Danny Ware. He's been about as hot as you can be in a playoff series so far. But I've got my eye on somebody I think's going to make a move and do something tonight. And I'm kind of really looking forward to seeing how it plays out. I will not call him out because I will not ruin somebody's playoff run. I will pick somebody else, but I have an idea of who I think's going to win.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, you know me. James Shane Wolf. That poor guy never wants to hear me out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I called him a lot this year, didn't I?
So right now, Nicholas Trader, who is one of our playoffs drivers on the top, the only non-playoff driver in the top 5 right now is Hawkins.
And he's been hot. I mean, he's been fast lately.
Yeah.
Just didn't make the moves when he needed to. So
Yeah, wasn't quite in for that.
2 Extreme 37 says slow again.
That's Mullins.
It is indeed. That's all right, Cliff. You can park it and come on in and talk to us. You'll get faster. You'll definitely get faster. So hang in there, buddy. A lot of people already on our. There's nobody on our talking thing tonight there, Harold. We got 14 people there, at least according to our little ticker, aka counter.
It's just quiet.
It's just quiet.
It's Rowdy shows up though. Rowdy showed up.
Well, we expect him. If he doesn't show up, then we think something's going to be wrong, and the night just doesn't work for us.
We got to talk to him at the podium last night and lock himself in the Final Four. Yeah.
How about that?
He said he's going to get a more extreme photo for me next week.
Like a mohawk kind of extreme?
I really don't know. I mean, he said more intense, I believe was the actual wording.
More intense. Well, I don't know a purple mohawk is about as intense as it gets. I'm just throwing that out there, Gary.
Oh no,
just saying.
He needs to look like was it Rooster from Cobra Kai?
Oh yeah, that's a good look.
That's a good look. Yeah,
good look.
When he had them or Hawk, I guess was his name, Hawk, Rooster, whatever. Hawk. That's Hawk. That's right, Hawk.
But he fought like a rooster.
Yeah, there you go. Fought like a rooster.
Or he looked like a rooster. I don't know, but he wasn't. You know.
He was kind of a pain.
The Beckner clan has arrived. Grandma and Granddad.
Cleaning some
you clean the airplanes and don't worry about texting. We'll be fine. We understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Cleanse. That's beautiful. We've all been cleansed. We feel fantastic. The Beckners are ready.
Yeah, Lottie'sTravelWorld.com providing your weather for today. As you see, it's starting to go down. The sun here at Kansas City. We're partly cloudy skies, 69 degrees in the air, 71 on the track. So cool track temperatures, relative humidity of 45%. Luckily, it doesn't rain in iRacing yet. And winds coming out of southwest at 6 miles per hour. And I did say yet, by the way. That's supposedly coming. It's supposedly coming. Now, I hope that we would be smart enough not to put that on for as a possibility on oval racing. You know, it'd be raining out stuff, but, who knows?
Well, I better get my poncho out then, just in case.
There was talk that they were going to turn it on for the 24 hours of Daytona.
Yeah,
I was like, that can't be possible because we would have never been able to practice with it. So I don't think they would have done that.
According to our buddy here waving the flag, the practice is now officially over. Yes.
That's right. Now we're getting into the gritty grid. No, the gritty qualifying. So I'm trying to jump ahead.
Goodness,
I want to get to the racing.
Jacob says, "Let's go. Get out there and drive, son. Just get out there and drive."
Go put some laps out there.
That's right. Put some rubber on the track, will you? There we see Danny Ware, last week's winner, rolling out onto the track.
Danny out there in this Toyota.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota. I will upset anybody. I don't care.
And I just remember Peanut when he talks about Toyota.
I don't remember that one, but I'm sure it's not good. It's probably not clean.
It is clean. It is clean.
Peanut's clean.
It was clean because
Wow.
he was talking about that Jeff Dunham's Prius sounds like yay as it goes by.
I got you.
And the Japanese guy go, "Hey, he called my car gay."
Oh my gosh. Sorry, folks. We've just fallen off the deep end.
That's a quote. So don't
It is a quote.
Don't
It's
shoot.
not Harold saying it.
Don't
It's
shoot
a
me.
stuffed purple
peanut.
one shoe wearing peanut. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Danny, we're coming down to the line.
You were not there, or you may not have saw the end of last night's race, but poor old Rowdy over there was clutching fool for 4.5 laps. Like,
Really?
yeah, he stretched it like 3 laps further than he should have. I think he was Fred Flintstone in it, to be honest.
So I'll just say this: I turned it off when I start. I don't even want to get into the details of why. So I apologize for not watching you finish, Rowdy, and for not watching you clutch it.
Danny Ware to the top. Vern Hawkins replaces him, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't take long for Vern to go. Nope, I'll take that.
'Tis mine. Forrest Smith out here in the Chevy and his one mind to design now transcendent motorsports.
Transcendental.
Transcendence.
It's a new big word.
That's right. In multiple syllables.
Yeah. Cody Moore pops to the top.
Wow, Cody Moore. That's right.
Cody needs to be popping to the top tonight. Lock himself in for that last spot.
Pretty much on the line. Yesterday, Gary basically said that this is his teammate Forrest, who runs the truck series as well. Brad Slaughter to the top now. There's a reason why he's won the most races. But Gary said that if it came down to it, he was going to dump his buddy, the 84 here, to get to the Final Four.
Darn right. All is fair in love and war unless your mom's behind the wheel. And then you just tap her and move her out the way. Wait, that's not famous saying. There's something wrong with that saying. Let me think about that for a moment. No, like it. All is fair in love and war unless your mom's driving. And then in that case, you just tap her out of the way. Everybody else, the cone's been murdered. Oh my gosh.
Another
early
murder, huh?
in the race. We've killed so many senseless killings of cones this year. It's just sad. Rowdy says gonna send one mind, two designs out with a championship. Good, because we can't pronounce the other one over and over and over again. So do it that way so that I know you dump your mom. That's why I said it. No doubt about it. So if you're not watching, if you're listening only, you gotta at least bring up the Twitch feed so you can see what we're all talking about, because it gets pretty goofy in there. If this is your first time listening,
I'm sorry.
I would sorry. And if you've listened to us a lot and don't like us, again, sorry, but we've got a lot of people that love us, so we're gonna go off of them and just keep on firing away. 180 miles tonight, Hunter. Or no, you're not Hunter. You're Harold. You start with an H. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I just made the biggest faux pas.
We're slightly different. Slightly.
You are. No, you're more than slightly different.
Side fighting to the top of the board as we got William Witt here coming around for his second lap as he crosses the line.
It looks like a carousel up at the top. So you had Danny Ware was up there, but Vernon Hawkins said no. Then Cody Moore said no. Then Brad said no. And then Seidenfaden said no. So anybody else want to get in on this?
Tyler Hallman.
Let's see if Hallman. Yeah, Hallman wants to get on in this. He'll get up there and do a little. After last week, he needs to get up there and do that because that's our Sasquatch winner from last week.
Yep.
So hammer down, Tyler. Hammer down. And coming around town. Bringing around town. Boom. And he drops into the 4th spot.
Yep.
All right.
Seidenfeiden holding true to the top there. We got Andrew Player currently out there on the racetrack.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There it is. I knew we were going to that. I mean, anybody that's watched us knows we're heading to him. And once again,
it's like having a helmet on your head, man.
The room is looking much better. What's all he got there? He's got, what's that thing to his right there, Harold?
Probably a button box.
What's a button box do? Help some people out. They're looking at him. What are we talking about there?
The button, if it's a button box, very similar to like the Stream Deck that I use, has different buttons associated with different things. And with VR, he's kind of limited to what he can see. So he's probably got a few switches or something on there that he can easily feel with his fingers to either add or take away brake bias on the car.
He's definitely got the heater going. We can see that under his arm.
There you go. Definitely. So that's Andrew Player having fun now tonight.
All of our players, speaking of which, all of the playoff players are up in the top 10 so far. Nicholas Halda in the 87.
There we go. Got the wrong picture for a second. Nick provides us with the inside of that helmet that the 13 has.
Excellent. Now he's using VR as well, right?
Yes. But, so player shows us a camera pointed at him, and Halda's showing us the inside of the actual VR helmet.
Gotcha.
The helmet cam, technically, I guess, would be a say it.
And Nick jumped in and dropped in at 8th. Here we go. The Cleaning Clan. Here we go. Mr. Travis Beckner out there right now. So Beckner family, pay close attention to see what the young man's going to do. Coming around to take his lap. '45 truck looking good as usual. $182 miles an hour down the backstretch.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, I would assume because of the 20 degree, they are going to have to let off, right? They are going to have to let off in the corners, right?
Maybe.
All right. I'm taking a phone call. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I know nobody missed me, but
Possibly not.
possibly very, very, very nice. Thanks, Harold.
No problem.
All right, slide it sideways.
That's pretty much everybody there now. So
Yep. That'll do it, little pigs. That'll do it. Where'd Jacob? Oh, 11th. Okay. All right, Harold. Well, we're going to get ready to grid them, but do you have a pick for tonight?
I think we'll let the people in the chat pick them. How about that?
Oh, all right, chat peoples. Let's get some, and we know the Beckner clan, so we got that. All right.
All right. So getting ready to go here. And it does not look right. We're waiting for something to happen.
Waiting for stuff to happen. That's right.
Because I was like, that was not the right order. Because Seidenfaden is our front driver. And there we go.
Hey, all
right, for the Northern Capital Truck Series inside of row number 1. On the pool tonight, Chris Seidenfaden and Nicholas Trader on his outside. Mr. Slaughter and Mr. Moore will be in row number 2. Another playoff driver, Mr. Hallman in the 42 on the inside of 3. Outside of him is Mr. Beckner. Drew Trader and Mr. Hawkins in row number 4. Mr. Robinson and Danny Ware, last week's winner, roll out the 9th and 10th in row 5.
There you go. Row number 6 gives the boss, the main man, Jacob Bell in the 77, Nick Hall on the outside in the 87. Cameron, not Cameron Hearn, in the inside of row 7. Andrew Player, one of our playoff drivers, in the 13 on the outside. James Shane Wolf on the inside of row 18. With Mr. Smith on the outside in 84. Ryan Swan in the 1 on the inside. And Garrett Grant, I would believe that would be the last playoff guy in the outside of row 9. And then row 10, Colin Willems and Mr. Witt in the 53.
And we got now the rest of the field. Mr. Patterson and Mr. Rigney in row 11. Inside row 12 is Mullins, and outside him is Dunn. Tinch and Neiman shotgun on the field in row 13.
Shout out to J.R. Barker 45. Brad's granddad is in the house. Good evening again, sir. All the dirt says Cody Moore. And of course, I know you got to pick Brad, so that's not a shock. Rowdy Burns going with Nick Trader. Okay, all I'm going to say is, Rowdy, if it goes wrong, it's your fault, not mine, because that's who I wanted to say, but you said it, so it's not my responsibility, and I can pick someone else now. Did that make sense, Harold?
I guess.
All I'm saying is I can't, it's not going to come from the booth, which means it's not a curse. If it comes from him, then if Gary's saying it's not, then I'm okay, right?
I guess.
Okay, you're not helping at all. I'm done. I'm not talking to Harold anymore the rest of the night.
Cool.
Well, I'm going to have, see, that's messed up too. Just ain't cool like that.
One less problem I got to deal with.
Man. Being called out before the green flag even dropped. All right, so let's see. Okay. I don't know. I don't know who to say. I'm just gonna go with Nick Trader too. Since it's already been called, I don't think I'm gonna be responsible if anything goes bad. So Nick Trader is also my choice as far as winning in, getting in, and the truck is dropping away now.
I'm getting ready to go. Here we go. Green flag at Kansas. Off goes Mr. Seidenfeiden in the 54 machine. Non-playoff driver Brad Slaughter to the inside, drops low underneath Nick Trader. The two of them battle second and third, heading into the backstretch.
Quite a group of clustered cars there. You see now they're dropping into a line, but not diving 3 wide early. Woo!
National Guard on the way.
Yep.
Somebody called the guard.
There you see Seidenfeiden dropping down in front of him to kind of stop his momentum. But it's still early. There you see him moving into Nick Trader moving into second place. Now, I'm not. You said that it's possible that they could have multiple groups tonight. Is that correct?
Yes, it looks like everybody right now is liking that bottom line, but you see the top line working there with Mr. Beckner and Hallman as well. The high side can also work, and as rubber gets laid down, fuel goes away, tires wear out. I can see him moving up. So we'll see right now. Seidenfeiden keeping really much low, and they kind of using the whole track off, and then goes back low in the corners.
He almost diamonds the track instead of the corners, huh?
Well, you know.
Yeah. Just say no, Ken. You're an idiot. Shut up. I mean, don't, just everybody gets it.
It's kind of diamond, sort of. I mean, it's single apex. Let's put it that way. Single apex the corner. As you see here, he goes really late to the exit. Bang! There's his and then his corner off. So he's diving it in deep to get it down low like that. But he's actually, only about a car length off as he enters the corners. He's right here. He's about a car length off. Hits the apex there.
Yep.
And then he slides off the corner late. So goes all the way up to the wall.
So there you have it, folks. I was completely wrong. Harold was right.
Nah, not exactly. I mean, you can technically call it diamonding, but diamonding usually causes you to go hit the apex twice to go up to the middle of the corner and then back down again. Technically, that's timing. But
It does look like the back end slides a little bit, though.
yeah, they're sliding a little bit right now. It's early, and they're trying to get the most out of the speed here. Not really. Nobody's getting away. Yesterday, we had the guys jump out early and take away. Right? I mean, it was almost like a second. I think almost second and a half in the beginning of the run.
Yeah, I was going to say I had caught probably about 30. I jumped in about lap 30 last night, and I watched the first set of pit stops and things like that, and it was amazing the difference in the tire wear and how fast they were moving.
Well, I wonder if anybody learned anything yesterday. Your favorite driver and a few others elected at lap 20, I believe, right around there. We had our first caution about halfway through a fuel run, and Shane Wolf and a few other drivers decided not to pit, stayed out on those old tires, and went right to the back, and it ended up biting them at the end of the race as they were completely off of pit cycling, and the benefit was just not there last night. So I wonder if that carries over in their mind tonight.
Well, I would imagine James is going to try to learn from something like that. I don't know who else would have pulled that off, but since he does run the the ARCAs on Monday and then the trucks on Tuesday, at least fuel-wise, that should tell him something. As far as tire wear goes, I mean, it is what it is. Tires are good all the time, anytime, but unfortunately, they only have, 3 sets or 4 sets?
Three
one
sets.
Counting on.
Yeah, the one on and then 3 in. And I'm showing 30 to 35 laps will be our fuel window for tonight. So I can see 30, 60, 90 for these guys. So they're going to be using all them tires.
There we see the number 5 truck. I will say this, he's probably running there for a reason. If anybody knows how to maintain tires and or get something out of them at the end, it's Garrett Grant in the 5 truck. And he's one of the guys that are looking to get into the playoffs. So
outside looking in right now, though.
Outside looking in, that's for sure. But he's I still think he's the one that you're going to have to watch. He'll pick up speed as he goes along. He claims he doesn't. He does. He knows what he's doing. So.
Ryan Swan in this group as well. Yep. Patterson behind them. So right now your playoff drivers are 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th, 7th. Hallman is the furthest back. He needs 11 points to make up just to get into the playoffs, which means he's got to beat 4 guys by 11 positions. But tall order.
That's not happening right now, yeah, but long as he stays, I think as long as he stays in the hunt, that'll benefit him in the long run. But was that Jacob Bell blinking out?
I don't know. Gary Lewis just basically said that his pit crew said that you add 3 to 5 laps if the guy knows how to clutch.
Well, I know there's one guy in this field that knows how to clutch it, but I don't know about. There's probably more than one guy that I could think of right now off the top of my head.
So, Gary, I'd have to ask, since I brought this up last week, we had the new iRacing fuel calculator for your spotter, your in-game spotter. Was he any benefit last night? That went out to the Twitch chat with Gary, so he'll type away for us and let us know. But iRacing did basically, I think it's 2 laps. They'll say something like, we have the fuel data, and it's supposed to help them with their fuel calculations, because I can tell you they're notoriously terrible. Wow. I don't listen to what iRacing says ever.
Oh, and rightfully so. Up front, guess what? It hadn't changed yet.
That has not changed.
Nope. The top 4 are still the top 4. And Travis is back there hauling the watermelons in 5th. So
we see Slaughter and Trader have moved up higher in 3 and 1 and 2. As you see them, they're way up along that wall. Yeah,
we see Chris has not changed his. He's staying where he is. He's still, and he's running great times. I mean, he's not, nothing's fallen off to the point where it's bothering him. So
now he's moved up to the top. So now they're the top on both sides which is this is where we saw the ARCA cars running last night, all the way up to the top.
Gary's saying he never heard anything last night other than 5 laps to go. I had his estimated fuel up and it was just staring at it every second and yelling at the Trader Brothers. Telling you how many laps were left. Well, I could see that. AJ, where the heck have you been? AJ just chimed in and said, Danny, where is his hero? Well, duh, we knew that. Just, you know, did you bring... I don't want to ask. I'm sure you brought it. But anyways, good to see you, AJ. Slaughter's caught up there, Harold. Change could be coming to the leader.
Definitely coming.
I wonder if it's, I mean, would it benefit Chris to go back down to where he was running?
Maybe.
Because he definitely does not work that. I think he's in the wall. Yeah, he's in the wall. He is now scraping it.
That hurts, and that allows Slaughter and Trader just to walk on by.
Don't put the truck where it ain't going to be comfortable, and that's what happened right there.
Yep. It did not like that.
It did not like it at all. Now that brings Danny Ware into play. Now he's into the 5th position. So Beckner, the top 4 out of 5. Beckner is now in 3rd. He just got around. Yep. So Travis is moving forward, but trying to crossover move there, coming back. Cody Moore is going to come back on the inside, cross the line before Travis. I'm betting Travis isn't going to stop right there, though. But the top 4 out of 5, the 4 out of the top 5 playoff guys, so they're doing what they need to do. Granted, it's early, 18 laps, but all right, fair enough. AJ has been busy getting ready for racing season, so, and we wish him all the best, of course, and many victories this year.
Here you're seeing almost a 3 wide down on the bottom groove. 2 on the apron, 1 on the track.
And they all seem to be pretty good at moving up and down as far as swapping positions when they're doing that. But it did do one thing. It brought Mr. Robinson into the neighborhood. So Mr. Robinson's neighborhood is now a part of this picture as well. There you see the 84 dropping down below the 66.
And back towards the back here, 17th is the 84 of Forrest Smith.
You see not Cameron Hearn down there as well.
Cameron says it's going to be a boring race in text chat. I guess he's mapping for his talking to the driver button is not there no more, so he can't push to talk to the other drivers.
I am sure there are broken hearts all over the world right now because of that, Harold.
Now, he said that he would blow up chat. He would blow up Discord after the race to make up for it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure the driver's looking forward to that too.
So an uneventful 20 laps. So 1/6 already put away. 100 laps to go, and other than Seidenfaden scraping the outside retaining wall, really not a lot going on right now.
There is a trend though. The top 2 are running nose to tail, about 4 seconds between, or 0.4 of a second between. However, 3rd and 4th now are almost 2.5 seconds behind. So the front 2 trucks are just they're leaving town.
Yep. Last laps for Slaughter 32.1. The last lap for Cody 32.3. So they're walking away 0.2 a lap. Based on those speeds.
And on 1.5 miles, that'll add up quick. Gosh, I hope Streamlabs puts enough advertisements up in our chat. Gosh. It's every 10 seconds.
That's something that Jake has set up on there to fill the chat every once in a while, I guess. I don't know.
We don't need help on a Tuesday night to fill the chat, do we, folks, on Tuesday night? No, we don't.
Nope, I don't think we do, but, you know. All right, here we go for a pass here. The 18 down low behind Moore. Will we be able to complete it going up into turn one? Not quite.
Door to door right now, but now he's going to pull a little bit forward right here. Momentum will be coming from that upside. Yeah, there you go. See the 52. Huge roll coming off of that top line.
We saw yesterday that the top line really started to come in about halfway through a fuel run, and that's about where we are right now.
Here you see Danny slides right back up behind the 52 of Cody Moore. And, you know, let's try another way. Now, is this a track where draft makes a difference? And I'm only asking for those people that are watching or don't understand, but is this a track that if you're running just slightly higher, it can benefit you, or slightly lower because you're catching more clean air than the air coming off the truck?
Basically, any track with any kind of straightaway is going to help out with the draft, that closing speed. It's more noticeable, of course, in a super speedway, but a 1.5 does have some of it. That's why I believe Slaughter and Trader were moving away from that group behind him, because that group behind him was, they were kind of battling each other and not really put together nose to tail. These two have been pushing one another, or Slaughter and Trader have been pushing each other.
Well, I am noticing that Nick is dropping off a little bit, so he's not quite up on Brad's bumper as he was before. So about a half a second now, almost 0.6 of a second. Where everybody else is, 3 seconds back, 4 seconds back. Now, they're all bunched together, but Brad is he's in another country right now.
Basically, we're trying to show why he's been dominating this truck series all season. This is the 81 of Slaughter. Brad is basically, he's been in victory lane more than anyone else in the whole ARIA iRacing, including not Cameron Hearn.
Wow.
So many victories. Yellow out. So we have a caution. And
yes, we do.
Just a tad bit longer than it was last night. So let's try to see what happened. You're already seeing some damage on the back of Vern Hawkins' car right there.
14, yep. Not Cameron Hearn in front of him. Jacob Bell behind him.
I don't think this is it. So let me try to go up to another thing, because this may be where we actually had it. We got the Cliff Mullins and Dunn here. Really close to one another here.
A little telestrator action. Here you see the arrow.
Right there.
Yep.
That's it.
Spun him around. Sent him a frying. All right.
So there is our caution.
Cliff Mullins gets sent a flying.
I think it's going to bring pretty much everybody onto pit lane.
Well, and the good news for Cliff, hey, he didn't lose anything, right?
I guess that's right. So
bounty on Vern, $20. Nice.
We talk every week about all the paint schemes here. If you're looking for a new paint scheme, check out Miller Racing Graphics, your #1 source for iRacing graphics, logos, and more. Get 50% off your first paint scheme at facebook.com Miller Sim Racing Graphics. We'd also like to thank our title sponsors. That is Russ Anderson and Steve Anderson of Northern Capital for their support of the Northern Capital Truck Series, and all of us here at ARIA. We definitely a big shout out to them for helping us out so that we can provide these shots and talk about things to people and, chit chat with y'all.
Excellent. And we have a driver who's not driving this evening, family night. Hey, dude, family's far more important than anything else, so we understand. Unknowing Axe says, "Oi, now I've got to paint the truck again." But hey, that happens. And well, I'm not gonna listen. The last question is, "Am I right?" As a professional broadcaster, I can neither say yes nor no to what you're just asking. However, if someone wants to go back and watch the replay, they can certainly draw their own conclusions on the $20 bounty. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's it.
He tried to draw me in, Harold.
He tried.
I almost hooked. I almost got hooked.
Better watch it. He's gonna hit you.
You notice I haven't called you bear porn in a while.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying.
All right, so Dwayne Dunn issued the EOL penalty, as well as Jacob Bell was given an EOL penalty from David Lysar. There was an incident that involved him, but looked like by himself, I guess. But we might be able to check that out.
Did he boo-boo? Is he the one that boo-booed Vern Hawkins' bumper?
No.
Jacob Bell.
All right, getting ready to go here. Coming out of turn number 4, it'll be on Brad Slaughter as we see the green flag in the air.
Eddie Arm gets a swing. And away they go.
That's right, and away we go.
Oh, got the 52 into the 8 right off the bat. Cody Moore kind of sent Nick Trader up to the high side there before he wanted to go there. And then Mr. James Shane Wolf has shown into the front 3 now as well.
This was kind of a timely thing for Seidenfaden. I don't think he hit the wall too hard because I don't believe he got any. Yeah, he got 0 incidents, so any repair work he had to get done could have been done under the caution. New tires, and he's ready to go back again. So he'll be doing battle with these guys. Shane
and he
Wolf
certainly had a fast truck too, Harold. So we expect him to stay up there.
Trader already high as Ware goes up, down goes Moore.
Cody really seems to I mean, he's pushing this truck right now more than he typically would. So I think he's got one thing on his mind, and that's I'm going to solidify my getting in by winning it all.
I'm going to win and get in. That's it. That's right. He knows he's in a position that he needs as many points as he can get. Well, winning will get them all.
Sure will. Of course, leading laps won't hurt either if he can get up and get around Brad early on. I would say this: if he doesn't get around Brad early, Brad's just going to start pulling away again because the tires I mean, he dominated once the tires started to wear in.
So Shane Wolf right there on the back bumper of Cody Moore. A little bit back behind them is Shane Wolf, and Seidenfaden and Ware.
He seems to be testing both behind both trucks.
We'll see who can help the most. But Shane Wolf, the only driver really up here in the top that really wasn't here before the caution.
Right. That's right. Although there's a 5 that's creeped into the top 10 as well. He wasn't there either. So Mr. Garrett Grant has found his way into 7th. So all of our playoff guys, except what it looks like one, is missing from the top 10. There he is.
Hallman down there, 20th.
Yep. Ha. I don't know, Alan. You might be right.
Sliding around here, we see now that Cody Moore taking the lead, being pestered from behind by Shane Wolf and Slaughter. Tries to go up high to block the 81, leaves the door open for the 83.
This group is really tight now as far as playoff guys in there, and then there you see, man, Nick diving down underneath as well. They're really running hard right now.
Ooh, 83 slides up in front of the 81. Not a lot of room there. Slaughter gets down to the bottom side.
Danny Ware may have touched Nick Trader too down there underneath the white line. So, whoa, hold on to it, Nick.
Yeah, the 8 just sidestepped out. The rear end coming around on him. A lot of air being pushed around on these trucks. That little group there.
Well,
Yeah.
we asked that question earlier. I'm glad this is a good demonstration of it, isn't it?
All the different lines being taken through the corners. Almost everywhere is ending up on the outside retaining wall coming off the corners. And Mullins good off the racetrack as the leaders come on by. Slaughter back to the front.
This gives Brad an opportunity to kind of see his truck as well, and drop back and see if he can get back to the front or not. I mean, he's been, as we said, he's dominant all year long, but you know, some of these guys need to show him what they can do as well.
You know, these guys are definitely not going to let him go. The 8 really wide on that high side, almost like the car wants to jump to the outside. I don't know if he's going up there on his own or the right rear is pulling him up there.
Nick says, imagine they all wreck. Dude, I was just thinking that like 3 laps ago. That's exactly what I was thinking. It was, guess what? All of those guys are up front. Watch one screw up and they all go out. That's messed up. You should stop thinking that way.
Isn't that Santo?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Andrew Santo. Andrew, sorry. That's exactly what I was thinking, though. Not 3 laps ago, I went, well, crap. What if somebody makes a mistake? What if they do?
We did have a caution earlier, and now these guys are at 11 laps. Cliff Mullins has manually disconnected. Ooh, sliding up high there. Shane Wolf going, ooh, there's somebody there.
Andrew, I was looking at Nick when I was saying that, so my apologies, but I know who you are, and I know that you know who I am, so that's all we need to know.
Yeah, Cliff Mullins coming into chat after parking his car. He's done for the night.
That'll be fine. Come on in.
He's already in. He made his comment about the racing. So we'll leave it at that. We won't repeat that one.
No need to. We're sorry that you're with us, but we're glad that you're with us in the same. Does that make sense?
Pull up a chair, you know.
Pull up a chair. Let's have some fun. Jump in, talk, chat, whatever you want to do.
Moore still sticking to that low line pretty well in the 83
His truck's running really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see Andrew Player has climbed into the 8th spot.
Yep. Slowly, methodically moving his way to the front.
Yep. Well, that's what he and Grant do. I mean, that's typically what you see. So I'm not surprised by it, but.
Ooh, a little sideways by the 52 and the 83. All right, let's see here. Ooh, a little bit of moving around here with Ware and Grant, and this guy's back here shaking it up.
Cameron's now come into the picture as well. And then Drew Trader has joined in on the fun as well. So the Trader boys up in the top 10 together. Not surprising, but and you only have 3 guys in the top 10 that aren't running for a playoff. So
hey, everybody took a set of tires that came down last lap, the last caution lap. So everybody on the same with 2 sets of tires in the pit stalls. 16 laps in, so I'm saying they got about another 17 or so, and they'll be coming right back down again.
what happened to our watermelon? Where did go?
You're here.
Travis Beckner, 17.
Yep.
Wow.
Has a couple incident points, so you might have gotten into some contact somewhere.
Okay. I mean, it looks fairly clean. Now, here we go. We're setting this up again. Caution is out. Caution is out. We done did gone yaller.
All right. See if I find it here. We'll see. Keeping an eye on these guys right here.
Well, Nice, Harold. Like how you tell us created those two together. That's beautiful. There is no question about who you were talking about. Now, whether it's them in the accident, totally another thing.
It was Wilms, Grant, Seidenfaden. So
Really?
what I'm
Well,
seeing.
there's Grant.
Seidenfaden get the wall again.
He was up there.
Oh, there it is. And that's where Wilms got in there. So,
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll bring out a caution. No doubt about it. Let's do this in backwards mode. All right, so Danny Ware's right there too. He gets through this, thankfully, but all right, so
look on your edge over here. That's Jacob Bell was slowing down.
Oh,
just before the caution came out.
And Colin really just got tapped, unfortunately, by Chris coming down on him.
So a new race leader is Ryan Swan. He stayed out. Everybody else coming in. 19 laps. So I wonder if they're going for fuel only. You'll see what they do. Looking at the pit boxes right now, showing. I'm trying to wait to see who the first one gets out. Slaughter looks like he's grabbing tires.
He does, yep.
Cody Moore, fuel only. Nick Halda, fuel only. Robinson, Forrest Smith. So some gambling early. And Cody Moore definitely wanting that track position as he's a playoff driver.
I think it's too early for this kind of a move.
Well, I mean, you might as well stretch.
You talked about it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Burn up your tires early, and then he still has a set though. Everybody else is now, got one set left. To get to towards for the finish, and then he could still pit with them, and then he has another set in his back pocket.
Junior Barker 45, I love it. It's not what you know, but what you think that just ain't so. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. That's kind of what I was trying to say. Thank you.
100. So, I mean, Ryan Swan basically for track position stayed out so he gets some points. He doesn't have anything to lose. He's not a playoff driver. Cody Moore said, hey, let's roll the dice. Let's just get gas, and let's, see what this car can do on older tires to the next
same thing, gas only. Yeah.
But Moore is a playoff implication. He needed to do something to get himself.
No, I get the move. I just think you still got 70 laps to go. Like, I'd pull that move maybe at the third set of.
But if he can save a set of tires to be used later than anybody else does, he'll just waltz through the field. So that's, I think, what he's going to do. Take his lumps now, and then and the cautions have been coming, about every 30 laps, right? Or 20 some odd laps. Right. So the next caution could be right around 70 or 80. He'll slap his tires on then, and he's got a set and nobody else does at that point. That's what I'm thinking, because that's still, if at 80 they would still need to come down for fuel one more time.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So we'll see how it all plays out as we're on lap 50 has been done, and this caution has been brought to you by the Swift Lifestyles. And I need you to check out our buddies over there at Swift Lifestyles. You visit our sponsor, Swift Lifestyles, for clean supplements that help improve your focus and gaming. Use discount code ARIA iRacing for 15% off your entire order. We would like to thank Swift Lifestyles for their support of the Swift Lifestyles Pro Series, our Monday night racers. And we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing.
Sounds like you got a lot going on there, Harold.
I know, man. Just got to keep pushing buttons.
Harold's pushing buttons.
Got to pay the peoples, push the buttons.
That's right. Well, next time if you need me, I can pay the people.
You can pay the peoples?
I mean, I got it. I got the same thing you would do.
Ah.
You're welcome, Mr. Barker.
All right, going back green here. Ryan Swan has control. Outside of him is playoff driver Cody Moore, and Ware right behind him. So playoff drivers are on the outside of row 1 and 2. The next one there inside of row 3 is Nicholas Trader. And then Grant, Shanewell, Slaughter, all of them electing to get tires there, put themselves in the back of the field.
So Nick Trader and Danny Ware are both on new sets, right?
Yes.
Yep. So
I'm just wondering why Slaughter and them are so far back.
well, I would imagine because looking at some of this, there were quite a few that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that did gas only in front of them.
Yep. Well, they're all the way back 14, 15, 16. So that's why I said it's a little strange to went all the way back there. Man, Nick Trader like a cannon. He went by the one so fast I didn't even see him do it.
No, he was just waiting for it. It was one of those.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Tires will do that for her. He's feeling like a king right now with those 4 sets of tires on that thing.
Well, there you see Danny Ware, who again has had just an amazing playoff. I don't know what switch he threw, but that truck has been working for him race after race. Another caution.
Wow. Okay. Lots of drivers in on this one. This one's a big one.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Take a look at that, shall we?
Try to sort this out. I'm showing Player, Beckner, Robinson, Halda, Swan, Forrest Smith, Will Witt, Blair Patterson, and Jeremy Rigney. A lot of names.
That's for sure. Some of them playoff names. Well, you're going 3 wide. Swan's falling
Swan to
behind.
Halda.
Yep.
Halda, Wall, and there he goes.
Beckner into player into, and then everybody else into that.
And Player needed all the points he can get to keep himself above the cut line.
Yep. Wow. Well, that's just an absolute mess.
So Trader and Weir up where they need to be. Ware goes down. Maybe you're going to get some gas. So Hearn goes up to the second spot while Halda in third.
Now, see, I get this move. Like, I get Danny Ware's move if he's just going for gas. Because he only ran, 2 laps on those tires? So.
7 laps total, but most of them were on caution.
Most of them were
laps,
caution, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
So Danny Ware coming down to his pit stall. He's there 5.4 seconds, fuel only.
Yep.
So Cody Moore also doing the same thing, it looks like. Oh no, Cody's actually putting tires on. He's like, well, man, that was a bad spot. We don't want to do that again. He bolted on some new tires. Brad Slaughter, fuel only. A lot of damaged race cars involved in that last one. Looks like guys on pit lane right now for damage. Robinson, Bell, Player, Smith, Will Witt, Patterson, Jeremy Rigney, Colin Willems, Seidenfaden, Mullins, and Nolan Neiman have all disconnected. Yep. Wow. So
that last crash, ladies and gentlemen, big thing because it takes out or it puts a lot of hurt on Andrew Player. I'm certainly going to make it really difficult at this point for him to do anything. Most of the other guys that were involved, of course, aren't playoff bound so much as he was. But, yeah, tough time and a tough spot to be. I mean, really just in a bad place. And where was he going to go, Harold? There wasn't anywhere to go.
I know.
You know, it's just one of those things where you wish you weren't there. But if the truck's not going to allow you to be up front, that can happen.
So lap down and still on pit lane. Robinson, Smith, Swan, Will Witt, Jeremy Rigney, and Colin Williams all still on pit lane. Blair Patterson was spent a minute and 5 seconds, and then he came out and he's back down pit lane now. So is Jacob Bell.
Tough stuff.
So coming up about halfway here, just a few laps short of the halfway mark.
A little more exciting than I thought it would be. A little more, a lot more going on than I thought there would be at this point, Harold. I mean, with the playoff implications on the line, you would assume some people would take it a little bit easier just to try to hang around until it's time to run. But man, we're seeing some serious stuff happen tonight. And 25 trucks. It's a great field. It's not our biggest. There are 26 trucks when we took off, but man, they're finding a way to hit each other.
A lot of incident points being delved out tonight for contact with other racers.
So I was thinking about this when you were showing the replay, and you can tell me if I'm off on this, but have we not talked about if you go below the line, they can't see you, or is that on another?
It's anytime you go below the apron line, the drivers can see you. The spotter, the in-game spotter, no longer calls you to the other car or you to them. So like right here, the 8 and 87 are side by side. If the 8 drop below the white line, the 87 would not be being told about the car to his inside, and the 8 or the one on his outside. So yes, coming off of that D-shaped oval, they will duck down, and if they slide up, they could slide up into a car if they're not careful, knowing their position on the racetrack, going into the tri-oval.
Well, the only reason I simply asked that question is because when we did the replay, there must have been 3 or 4, maybe 5 cars below that line coming to the line, and it just makes you wonder if they knew they were there, didn't know they were there. I don't know. It seemed odd. There's a little tap right there. Tinch looks like got his little backside tapped, wiggled a little bit. That allowed Travis to kind of get around him. You see the 5, there's Brad Slaughter coming back to the front, and then Garrett Grant down below, going to try to find his way towards the front as well. Look at that mess.
Snarl right there with Halda right in the middle.
Cody Moore down below again.
Halda almost into the front of Hearn, was able to stay off him. But man, lots of cars treating this like it's the last lap as we're finishing lap 60.
Yeah, we're only at halfway. I mean,
yeah. There's Tinch there with Hawkins, and then Halda falling back.
Bobby Tinch has been all over that track.
So Trader still out to the lead, followed by Slaughter and his brother Drew Trader. They're starting to gap Ware and Moore, Beckner, and Hearn.
Brad wants to get to the front and just get out of it. I mean, you can tell he wants hammer down, get out of the way, and not getting that mess that's back there. Not that it's going to, I mean, he's in. We've already said, based on the greatness, he's in. But
all them bonus points for winning all them races.
Yeah, he'd have to explode 3 times and then disintegrate twice, and still would make it in. So, Nick seems to be able to keep him off or keep him out of the lead as of right now. But again, we all know Slaughter knows how to track you down and then get around, so to speak.
So 4 drivers now out of the race: Rigney, Seidenfaden, Mullins, and Neiman. Colin Williams has been in the pit lane 13, almost 14 minutes. Swan and Witt, as well as Robinson, over 6 minutes. And then a lap back is Forrest Smith, the only car a lap down right now, had 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes of damage to repair on the 84. All right, so a little bit behind here because of all the cautions, so we'll get
Right.
to our mid-race run through the field. So we are top 10 here. As soon as I find the right button I want to push.
Sure.
There it is. That's the right one. Nicholas Trader from One Mind 2 Design, which is going to be Transcendent, is in the first spot. 12 laps led. Springfield, Illinois with a National Guard number 8. We got this buddy there. We got the Brad Slaughter from VRE. Second place, 28 laps led. Columbus, Georgia with the Lumar Northern Capital 81. Been leading a lot up front most of the night. Was in the back for caution laps for a little bit and moved himself right back into position. Cody Moore in the third spot. Michael Falk Racing Design, Cincinnati, Ohio. Will be in that neck of the woods later this year. 4 laps led.
Right.
Go kick it over to you there, Ken.
All right, we got Drew Trader in the One Mind 2 Designs Motorsport, which is Transcendence or whatever it is. But anyways, right now it's One Mind 2 Design in fourth place in the 89 truck. Dropping back to Mr. Danny Ware in the 18. Danny Ware has won his way in, and so he will be locked in for next week. Not Cameron Hearn in sixth place right now from the Valley, South Carolina. Haven't seen
Caution
a lot
out.
of him tonight, Harold. Oh, caution is out.
Yep. And we'll see who has that. I believe I know where it was, and we'll try to find it right here. You already see the damage there on the back of Vern Hawkins' car.
He'll come back up in the circle.
Yeah, he's already in the circle. He's in the circle, see?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there's that contact there between him and it was at the 66 of Bobby Tinch. And it takes him wiggling, and down he'll go. Whee! You see it, and spin, and spin, and spin again, and then out that way.
But no boom.
No boom, though. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. No boom.
Telestration is brought to you by Harold. Harold is good with a pen.
Exactly.
That's
All
our
right.
new fun toy. We actually we did that. We released that last Friday night on the other thing that we call.
Yep.
And then last night, I understand you broke it out in one caution. But so far, boys and girls, those of you that tune into the truck race have been delighted by 2 telestrators tonight.
Yep.
So we give you everything. You get the best from Harold and Ken on a Tuesday night. That's all I'm saying.
Slaughter, Moore, Ware, Hearn, only one still in the bunch. Shane Wolf, then, as there goes the number 84 ride. Around he go of Mr. Forrest Smith. Get on the way
So we're at 69.
Yep.
Coming up on 70.
Yep.
Still too early to kind of dive down, isn't it? Yeah, because I mean, most of them up front are in.
It's not the fuel, it's the
12, 13,
tires,
16.
but they only
Yeah.
have the one set left.
Is there anybody that has 2 left still?
I highly doubt it.
I doubt it myself.
I think Cody was the only one that had a set, but he used it the last time, so he's got
He
one
came
set.
in later.
Yep.
Yep.
So everybody got one set.
All right, well, drag it out a little bit more. Of course, these cautions help. Cool tires back down, get them back ready. John, that's the whole point, Gary. That was the whole point. Was we went to make John Madden
That's right.
happy that we were doing it.
He sent it to me in a message in a bottle.
It was a vision.
It
Yeah,
was a message in a bottle.
message in a bottle.
Yeah,
I like the vision better, Harold.
Okay, all right. Oh, yeah. Hey, we'll argue that later. But it was said that we are now I am now the John Madden of iRacing. So
That's right.
I'm
That's right.
gonna put that at Wendigo Studios, Harold Darner, the John Madden of iRacing.
I don't know what that makes me then.
That makes you Pat Summerall. Thanks, John.
Ah, thanks, Harold.
and the guy that doesn't have any damage to his car most likely will win the race.
Yes, that's deep. You keep bringing those nuggets of wisdom. Just so everyone knows, including somebody on here, Brad Slaughter is now in the lead. So, you know who I'm talking about. grandson's in the lead now.
So
Although
Vern Hawkins given the EOL for that, which we kind of already saw, but
kind of figured that, yeah.
going into a spin cycle.
Beckner clan, by the way, if you're still listening and/or cleaning airplanes or whatever else you may be doing, Mr. Travis has moved into 6th place again, so he has moved up on in the race as well. So I know they like to hear that. So
we mentioned it yesterday. You know, he's a flagger at his home track, in that Jake knows him, I believe, and then he was given an offer to be flagging at the IMSA at Sebring.
No way.
Yeah, so he's gonna be a flag man at Sebring. So you might actually get to see
awesome.
Travis actually flagging a top tier race.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, if that's a fact, that's awesome.
That's what he said in the Discord chat. I would take the man by his word.
Oh, I'm not going against it. No. All right, so lap 71. Have we mentioned have you mentioned our boys Russ and Steve?
Yes, we did.
We did? Okay.
Yeah. We got one
Russ
more,
and Steve,
actually.
I'm sorry I was sleeping.
Yeah,
I don't remember Harold saying it. It might have been the telestration that threw me off.
It might have been.
But thanks for sponsoring anyways, buddy.
Yep. Yeah. And so I'll let Mr. Beckner know. Say hey to my buddy Owen Trinkler. He races the Porsche in the IMSA series. They did pretty darn good in Rolex. I believe they podiumed at the Rolex 24, and
Who was it?
Owen Trinkler.
Who else was with him?
I would have to get you a list. I don't know.
Harold.
He's one of the guys that called races with me at the Roush Performance Esports. So, and
well, I'm not getting in a Porsche anytime soon, though I would love to.
well, I told him anytime that he's in this area to let me know, and I would definitely show up for him to show me around, because he's the one I was telling you about that was telling me about the names, how the names of the different corners were given at VIR. Where certain things are there, but they're not there anymore, like a big oak tree and some things like that. But yeah, really nice.
Top 4.
Yep.
Are by the way, top 4 are
all playoffs.
All playoffs.
Yeah.
And with Grant right on the outside of it. Although Cameron's going to come in and ruin that now. Cameron's now in 4th place.
Yeah. Cameron wants to win the truck series.
Yeah, because he hasn't had them yet. But he can play spoiler, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've always listen. If you can do it, pull it off. Like get up there and pull it off. Well, he's not a bad interview. He may be a ween sometimes, but he's not a bad interview.
Big shout out to the ARIA guys and our race control people, and it's pretty much the entire league as we're rounding out season number 1 at ARIA. It's just the round of 8. 4 drivers will advance to the championship next week. Then we'll take a 3-week break. Big announcements will be happening from Jake Bell throughout the month of March. So stay tuned to the Discord, Facebook channels, and here at Twitch. Definitely trying to do some things. I know they were talking about a special event sometime in March, possibly.
I'm being fired, folks.
Who said you'd be?
I'm just kidding.
I was like,
I want to be in. I want to get in on this.
Who
I want to
said
see if
that?
there was a react. I want to see if there's a reaction. If I actually do have any fans out there, I thought if I could say, so, fake news. I'm being fired. I wanted to see if that would cause any ripples. But you know what happened?
You should have put that.
Nothing.
You should have put that into the ARIA rumor mill, and
I know, right?
You should see how that works.
I don't think anybody would have cared.
I think they would.
AJ would have cared. I hope. Gary says, well, who will give me?
That's right.
Who will give you the stats?
Yeah,
Gary, that's an excellent question. And I don't know the answer to that because not everybody has embraced it as my people on Tuesday nights have.
But, some things will be changing next season. And like I said, all those things will be announced as we're looking at the guys pretty much staying calm now, trying to get some of these laps in so we can get to the real part of the show, which is about the last 20, 30 laps of this thing.
Well, again, Brad puts it out front, keeps it out front because he has no plans of letting anybody steal this away from him tonight. The only way you're going to steal it is if you beat him flat out. And there you see, wow, Nick Halda on the, what on earth was that? What cannon did that come out of?
He had a heck of a run and he used it.
He sure enough did. He put himself underneath Cameron Hearn, underneath Cody Moore, and now he's get underneath Danny Ware here. And just,
Nick Halda has 12 laps fresher tires than everybody else. That's part of the reason right there.
I mean, it may have a slight. Oh, that would make me very proud. Gary, that would make me proud. We are actually, when we called the triple threat on Friday night, and Harold got a little upset, a little jealous, but was it week 2 or something like that?
Yeah, it was week 2.
Week 2, I've got Go Cushy on the side of one of the driver's cars. Not only a driver, but the guy who runs the league.
Exactly. The driver, so you know.
So, Rowdy, if you want to put my buddy Sasquatch on there and, you know, put Go Cushy too, I'm not throwing that out there just because I want to see my name again. I'm just saying it'd be appreciated. Just, you know. Nick Halda with them fresher tires have decided to show Brad Slaughter what it looks like when you go by with 12 laps faster or fresher tires. But as we've said, they all have another set left, and most of them still have about 10 laps before they have to panic and come in, right?
Oh, yeah.
As we said,
about
fuel
12,
was 30 to
50,
35.
12 or so, yeah. But we haven't got to that point yet. This is unusual.
We've not made it there.
That's right. We're used to a lot of green flag racing, so this is unusual for our Truck Series guys to have this many cautions. So it could be the nerves or just the track or championship on the line, something.
There you see Nick finally clears him, but Brad says, nah, I'm going to go down below and show you what it's like on older tires. I was wondering, you know, when they switched positions, Nick was down low, Brad was up high. Brad seemed to be holding his own with the older tires up in that higher lane. And here we see Nick's finally gotten cleared. But Nick's now moved up top too. Does the top lane or closer to the wall, does that help the tires out at all, Harold? Or
it definitely will. You're not putting as much input into the wheel. You know, you're not fighting the car down low, which is where the wear happens. You can just kind of barely turn the steering wheel. Something I tell people who are new to iRacing, like with the super speedways, the trick is to barely move that wheel. Move it slightly to the left just to set the corner, slightly back to the right to get you going straight, and then slightly back to the left. If you're jerking it left to right or seesaw on the wheel, not going to help you. Here, these guys are trying to go just slightly in to get the corner going and kind of input, and then roll back out of it. So,
ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking orders for Harold Darnard Racing School. Harold Darnard Racing School, the school that shows you the right thing to do. So if you need,
it'll show you how to wreck. How to get wrecked from the front. That's one of the things I'll show you how to do.
Some people need to know how to wreck, Harold. I wrecked automatically, but some people need to know how to wreck properly. So if you're looking for
there are plenty of other schools out there, plenty of them out there, like McConey and VRS.
Come on now. It used to be the Ray Charles School of Driving, but
wow, now I've gotten to that level. Oh no.
Yeah, but Harold figured out how not to drive through the grass and hit everything. So we're on to the Harold Darnard School of Racing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, you know, you never know, Harold. They might line up. These guys are hungry. If they may need something new. A couple of tricks, ins and outs kind of thing.
I think pretty much anybody coming down now will be their final pit stops under green flag conditions. Almost everybody has a set of tires. I expect them all to take them. I don't think anybody will be trying anything, about extending these tires at all. So look for green flag pit stops to start up here momentarily, and then we'll get to the end of the race. We're under 35 laps to go.
Nick Halda can run for a while.
He can run for a little bit, yeah. He's at 17 laps right now. Everybody else is about 29, so.
That's pretty big. But you know, once they get their new tires, he can't play around for too long.
No.
He'd have to have quite a lead in order to do that.
Big strategy call by the 87. Let's see how it pays off for him. Right now is doing pretty good by keeping himself up to the front there.
What a feather in his cap this would be if he could pull that off, and kind of just steal the show, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Harold. That was deep insight.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If nobody's ever listened to us, they've got to be thinking to themselves, what did I just tune into? Well, you've tuned into uniqueness, I can tell you that. So, Cody Moore, Nick Trader, Shane Wolf, and Danny Ware, and Brad Slaughter, the 5 in the top 7 playoff. Garrett Grant has kind of dropped back a little bit, as has
Hallman.
Hallman. Tyler Hallman's behind him. So, tough spot to be right now, but again, we should see pit stops coming soon, and that would put them, I guess, my guess is they'll wait till at least lap 90 if they can run that far, right?
Yep.
And get it
They
to
can.
30. Yeah, okay. You see Forrest Smith staying down low, keeping out of the way, way out of the way, except for other trucks that are going to come following him. So we're at lap 90. This ought to be interesting from here. How many people are going to come in, especially those that are in yellow that we see on the list. Garrett Grant's now a lap down, so he must have just come off of pits.
Yeah. Player pretty much out of this about his damage, Grant and Hallman as well. So it's a fight between Trader and Moore for the last playoff spot.
Really? Okay.
They're about a point separated with Moore with the point.
Yeah.
So right now, Moore gets the spot, Trader doesn't. So it's a race within a race.
I like it. We needed it. We needed a little more.
Actually, player not. I mean, he's 8th right now.
Right.
Did he get all his damage fixed? He was hurt pretty good, but
He was hit pretty good in that back left corner.
Trader has to outplace player by 6 points or 6 places, and Moore has to do only 5 to replace player. I thought player was going to be completely out of it, but there you got people coming down pit lane now.
Cameron, Cody Moore, Shane Wolf, they're all coming down. Danny Ware, Brad Slaughter, Tyler Hallman, they're all pitting.
He's not hurt as bad as I expected him to be.
That damage in the back has been, well, no, it's still, see it? That's pretty big damage there.
I've seen cars worse than that.
Well, I get that. I'm just saying
He's got his hood still, and he's got most of his wing, so
yeah,
as long as he can
it's in
maintain
an L shape or an S shape.
Yeah. He's running 32.7s, which is not super slow, but he's out there trying to make points. That's what he's out there for. Trying to make it.
Well, we're not burying him yet, folks.
Yep.
Again, Nick Halda can run for a while. Probably another at least 8 laps.
About 8 to 10 laps, yeah, and then he'll have to come in. And then put him like right at 100, and he'll have new tires.
Yeah,
over the rest of them.
laps.
Yeah, so we'll see how it plays out for him. As right now, Nicholas Trader is still out there with him.
He's on the same stint, so
yep, same.
This may benefit Nick Trader a lot.
Nick Trader, Drew Trader, Hawkins, Player, Bell, all on the same group here with Player Patterson and Forrest Smith as well. Drivers who have pitted their last pit stop: Hearn, Moore, Ware, Beckner, Shane Wolf, Tinch, Grant
Hallman,
and Dunn, and Brad Slaughter Jr. and Ryan Swan.
I'm showing Slaughter 2 laps down now.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where that came into play.
Long pit lane. Did he have damage we didn't know about?
54.5 seconds. I'm not sure. I'll be able to try to go back to his pit stop.
I don't see anything like on the truck.
Try to go to a pit stop here with him.
All right.
Oh, that's what it was.
Ah.
That was going to be a black flag, missing the commit cone.
He knew
on
it was
pit
there,
lane.
though.
Yeah,
He did know it was there.
Wow, that's big mistake by Brad Slaughter.
Guess what that does for his playoffs, folks? Nothing.
Nothing. He's still there,
Nothing
though.
at all. Yeah. We just wanted to point out he's 2 laps down. That's all. That's all. Spin gate. Not quite spin gate, Andrew, but it was it was definitely interesting. Vern had his own thing, yeah. But there was a lot more that you missed while you were eating, sir. I hope the food was good, though.
So about 1.8 seconds back from Halda is Nick Trader. Then 9 seconds back to Drew Trader from there.
I mean, that's huge. Seriously, that's huge.
So we can see if we can get a big angled shot there. There's the distance between first and second.
I still don't see second. And I've got a
There
big
he is.
screen. There he is. Wow. Do they run a road course? Hi, my name's Ken.
I believe Kansas has a road course.
Okay. Thanks for reading my mind.
No problem. I don't know if iRacing put it in there or not, but
I just noticed by that end, the road at the end that had that.
it's got a
curve in,
funky
curve
one. I
out.
don't know who
Yeah.
would race it because it's kind of a switchback.
Well, at the Harold Darnard School of Racing, they can teach you how to do that.
No.
Not necessarily right, but they can teach you.
I can teach you how to blow that corner. I can teach you that all day. Like
All right.
the bus stop at Watkins Glen. I can show you how not to make it.
Andrew says a player is sweating. He's on the call with him, and he's your race reporter. Hey, we love race reporters, but if he turned the heater off, he wouldn't sweat so much.
Hauled it down pit lane. It looks
Which
like
means we should see Trader and everybody
Trader's
else,
already
right?
come down already.
Okay.
Nick Trader, I believe, is down as well. Trying to find Nick Trader. There he is. He's a lap down because of his pit stop.
So he come in and went
Yep.
back out again. Okay.
So race leader is Drew Trader, who is just in front of the number 8, who has brand new tires.
He's not in front of him anymore.
So Trader Drew leading the race.
Nick leaving him behind now.
So 18 laps remain. The top 4 are going to have to come back in one more time. Drew Trader, Vern Hawkins, Andrew Player, and Jake Bell.
So when all of this plays out, I mean, all of this plays out, hopefully, it looks as if Cameron Hearn's going to take over the lead at this point. However, I mean, he's got 9 lap tires older than Nick's.
Hawkins now down pit lane.
So we have an opportunity for a spoiler to happen, don't we? There you see, yeah.
Nick Halda getting around Drew Trader.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to say. There's too many Nicks. I can't help it.
Nick, kind of
There's
like
a Halder,
kind of like
a Nick and a
Exaltas.
Trader, and a Nick and a Halda, and a Nick and Nick and Knight, and
Kind of like Exalta cars that we
kind
see
of
on
like the Exalta cars.
they're like
Exactly right.
everywhere.
Hey, look, a car with an Exalta. There you see
So
Garrett
here
Grant
comes
up
Drew
high.
Trader coming around here. Jake
Yep.
Bell now the only car out there on the extended pit cycle, and then here he comes.
He was. Yeah,
So
he was.
that will give the lead back to Cameron Hearn,
Wow, I predicted that properly, Harold. How about that?
who behind him is Mr. Moore, Ware, and Shane Wolf. Moore the closest one, though, within 1.8 seconds of Cameron Hearn. 1.7. He's coming in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're on the same pit cycle, though.
Thank you, Gary, for the Nickelodeon.
And we spent some time in Nickelodeon.
We did.
So
That's right.
there was no sliming going on. I was a little disappointed.
I was very disappointed about that. I was hoping for slime, but I would have happily gotten slime. We were in a mall. I could have bought new clothes.
So 15 laps left. Cameron Hearn leading the way. Player coming up on the back deck, trying to get his lap back the hard way. They'll put Player into the 13th spot.
Will Cameron have to stop one more time, or is he good?
No, Cameron's good at the end.
Okay.
No one is on a fuel to the end strategy. Already should be good with gas.
Okay. I just wanted to ask that because I'm sure someone was wondering that. Andrew Santo was wondering that, pit reporter. But don't you worry, Andrew. They can make it. He's probably sitting there going, what? I wasn't, what? I didn't know. Okay. So Cameron Hearn is out in the lead, 1.7, almost 8 seconds. That reeling in stuff, Harold, looks like has stopped for the moment.
Yep.
And then you have Danny Ware, Shane Wolf, and Nicholas Trader. So as we speak, Cody Moore is in.
And Nick Trader is out.
Nick Trader is out. Yep.
And
but
so is
Nick-
Andrew Player.
Yep. But Nick seems to be going in the right direction speed-wise.
Because Player's got to get up. Like, if Moore stays in second, Player's got to get into the top 6.
And where is he now? 14th.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck with that. Just want you to know we're all rooting for you back here. You know where that came from, right? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nobody else does. Shirley, you can't be serious. I am, and don't call me Shirley. This is the point where Harold goes silent and Ken sounds like
Yep.
a blithering idiot.
A blibbery. Hey, hey, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Wow. That's really, really nice. Thank you.
Hey, no worries, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like acid indigestion. It just keeps on giving.
Keeps on ticking.
That's it. We're at 110 of 120, and you know who has not been seen tonight?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who to give it to at this point. There's been quite a few people that deserve it. But honestly, I really want to hold on to it because I have a feeling that the one I'm going to give it to is not going to make it. Maybe I should just give it to him now. You know who I'm thinking?
Nope.
You don't? Okay.
No, not right now. I don't. Doesn't mean that you won't surprise me.
I might.
You might.
Might indeed. Yes, JT Motormouth 73. Thank you. See, some people are as cool as we are.
Yeah.
First time chat. Rachel Lee, go Cody Moore. Well, he's in the spot right now. He's got to put the hammer down a little more. Mr. Not Cameron Hearn. Cameron Hearn is way out there leading right now. But, oh, by the way, Nick Trader under 5 seconds now.
Yep.
The question is, see, that's what I'm thinking. D4C or D4C string 33. I think Trader's going to catch more. I think Trader's going to catch more, but more than that, I'm thinking, yeah, I think Nick's going to catch Hearn.
Maybe.
That was the best line. Miss, can I help? I don't understand what they're saying. That's okay. I speak jive.
Jive. Exactly.
Look at here, bro. She gonna come back on the bedside. Come on, mama. I dig her rap. Shoot, Jive Turkey don't want no help. Man, don't get no help. I've seen that movie 1,000 times.
A thousand times.
At least, and it's, I mean, it's, you know, we got to get him to a hospital. What's that? It's a big building with doctors in it, but that's not important right now. Nick Trader, 3.5 seconds. He has rocket juice right now, which means he's about a second behind Cody Moore. So Cody's going to need to hammer down too. We're up to 30 people, Harold.
Yep.
Harold.
Yes, we
All
are.
right. All right. Well, I think it's time, Harold. Before we got 5 laps to go, let's send the big beast across.
Okay.
Tonight's Hard Luck Award, Sasquatch, aka Sasquatch Award, is going to be going to. I haven't seen him yet.
I know. I'm trying to find him. There he is.
He's probably out getting a hot dog.
He was hiding.
There he is. He was hiding. Mr. Andrew Player is going to get tonight's Sasquatch Hard Luck Award. He was driving along, singing a song, and suddenly someone spun out in front of him. So, Andrew Player, congratulations. You got yourself a Sasquatch Award. And that is an awesome new award that you can put on your truck now. And Gary, you can get that for your car, but I still say if you put Go Cushy on you, I'd love you forever. That's all I'm saying. So, thank you, Harold, for bringing out the hairy beast. 4 laps to go. And Nick Trader is within a second and a half of the leader. Mr. Moore is within second and a third. He's about to probably be passed. Can we find that, sir? Wow. Ooh. Hey, James Shanewolf all over the backside. There we go. Nick Trader down on the inside of Cody Moore in the 52. Nick knows he's got to get to him. 3 laps to go and a second, just over a second to get there. I don't know, Harold. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think Trader, if Trader, they both have 0 incident points. I believe Trader's led and Cody's led. They both led, so it's whoever's in front of who. Be very interesting to see what the call is about who's where.
8/10. He threw it in that turn.
With 2 to
Not
go.
only can he see Cameron Hearn, he might even be able to taste Cameron Hearn. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good. I don't think Cameron would taste good.
White flag coming out this lap.
Andrew was listening, dude. Thank you to our pit reporter, Andrew Santo. As he said, Mr. Player said, well, at least there's something.
So 1 to go. Presented by 1 to Go Studios. We're on the last lap. The number 67 of Cameron Hearn leading the way to the backstretch. Nick Trader 4/10 behind him. And coming quick. He's going to do that Cameron Hearn. He's going to slide to the high side. Not going to have enough. He wishes for 2 more laps.
1 more lap, I think. But heck of a run by Nick Trader to get up there. Now, we are not officially officialed on the officialness. So we're just going to have to find out. Of course, Cameron is going to wreck this. Probably put it in a fence upside down somewhere. Or I don't know. Just keep watching him. He'll do something crazy. But Cameron Hearn, Nick Trader, and Cody Moore. Got a shout out to Nick Trader and Cody Moore. Are you kidding me? Those guys put on a show. And however it turns out, just a great job by those 2 guys to be there when they needed to be. There we go. Let's get some grass. Now we're going to hit it. Bam! Oh, it won't flip like he thought. See? That'll leave a mark. He just wants to damage it. He did fine.
So he just wanted to break it, huh?
Well, I thought he typically will go to the corner and try to get us stuck on the catch fence. I'm going to have to talk to him about this. While you're doing your thing, I will have to ask him about that. I'm a little disappointed in the crash. I'm not
There's
gonna
the
lie.
there's the
But that's
fireworks
cool.
going on in the background.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, those of you that watched, listened, and or texted, thank you so much. We enjoyed it. Um, those drivers that were with us, awesome job. Thank you so much. We've gone dark. Now we're light again.
I got to grabbing people, still trying to work
Oh,
that.
grab some people. Harold.
I got to throw them into the staging area. So Cameron Hearn, and then we got Nick Trader.
Yep. And Cody Moore.
And Cody Moore.
We're waiting for the official results as well, correct?
We'll see how that goes too.
Okay.
And here we go. Try to get a good picture of Mr. Cameron Hearn's car. There's our finisher. Boom. And then we can pull him in here. I'll let you talk to our buddy here. Cameron Hearn, you're in the booth with Ken and Harold. Kush, what you got for him?
Well, sir, I just would like to say that I'm a slight disappointed that you did not go into the corner, crash it, and hook it into the fence after your win. But I'll let it go. You did do plenty of damage hitting the, the flag stand and all. So congratulations on your damage at the end. Great run, dude. But I tell you what, did you look in your mirror? Did you know what was coming? Because Nick had a rocket ship coming after you. But how you feeling, buddy? He's not there, Harold.
Yes,
He's not there.
Is he not talking? Oh, I think he might have an issue. How about now? Cameron.
Cameron, you there? Cameron.
Yeah, you got me.
Now we
I got you
him.
now.
Because I heard you. I saw in the disc in the driver chat is you're having a problem with your button mapping apparently.
Yeah, I'm using my cell phone. My mic on my Rift wasn't working during the race, so.
Oh man.
I hate when my button.
I saw Trader coming to answer your question. I saw him coming. I'm glad we didn't have one more lap, but I thought he was going to throw it in there, and just to see how close he could get to me, kind of like Larson at Darlington. But just all in all, I wasn't fast at the beginning of the race. I burnt my tires up. I had to learn how the race went on. Brad had a penalty in pit road, I think, and it kind of opened the door. And I feel like those guys on fresh tires stayed out a little bit too long. But then again, if we had a late race caution, I'd be a sitting duck.
Oh yeah, you'd have been done. I mean, they would have been able to swallow you up. But however, I'm glad you said what you said just a second ago. I was going to ask you exactly that. I did notice it seemed like struggle as far as just moving forward in the first half of the race. You seem to start to figure it out. We can see you coming in, you're in the top 10 all of a sudden, then you're up in the top 5. Was it just a matter of that? It was just a matter of learning. Okay, I'm burning my tires off too much. I got to do this to get faster. Did you change your lane as well, Cameron?
Yeah, I was searching, and I learned that you don't want to be too close to the truck in front of you. So basically, wherever the truck would enter in front of me, I would choose the high line or low line. And I found out that end of the run, if you run high, it kind of saves the tires a little bit, where I was running low the whole race, first half of the race.
I mean, here you are in victory lane. We've never talked to you before, so I really like this. I'm going to take a little bit of extra time to talk to you for the first time. Ha, ha, ha. So you didn't answer the part about the crash at the end. Typically, a Cameron Hearn victory crash involves the catch fence. We didn't get the catch fence this time, my friend. What happened?
Yeah, I think that I hit some mud in the infield because I slowed down a lot when I went in the grass. So I think I tore up the front end before I even made it to the wall.
I got you. Well, that's okay. I'm still, as long as you've thrown some kind of crash, I'm okay with that. So you're in the winner's circle. Why don't you, you've played a little spoiler mode, although the two guys behind you actually were the ones going for the last spot. But why don't you shout out to some of them people on your truck and who help you?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for the broadcast first and foremost. I want to thank David Weishart, the admin tonight, Jacob Bell, great league. Talk about it on a weekly basis. This is awesome. I'm going to give a shout out to my dad, my mom, my smoking hot wife.
Attaboy.
There you
That's
go.
because you're coming off of Valentine's Day. I know what you're doing. I got you.
And this all in all, what a great race. Just I felt like guys were driving like it was the last lap on lap one. There was a lot of 3 wide, 4 wide. We had some cautions and stuff, but overall, I felt like the racing was great and exciting, and it was also like really cool to be a part of. And that's why I love the Truck Series. I feel like there's probably 10 or 12 guys here who can win week in, week out, and it's all about being in the right spot, right time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, again, great job. Really appreciate you being on with us. Look forward to seeing you in the final race of the season coming up. And Cameron Hearn, ladies and gentlemen, taking the win.
All right.
Woo!
See you next week. All right. So Cameron Hearn, who's going to get with now Nick Trader.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to tell him, or I can?
Why don't you tell him, and then because I got other things for him. So.
All right, Nick Trader, you're in the booth with Cushy and Harold. Good job tonight, number 2. It was enough to secure your place in the championship top 4.
Let's go!
So heading to Phoenix
buddy.
next week. I was waiting for you to do the Cameron slide around turn 4. I guess you just weren't quite there just yet. Maybe one more lap.
Nah. Yeah, I think one more lap would have had him. I didn't realize how slow he was, but that second to last caution, I just went and took fuel and saved my tires. And I realized my tires are actually pretty good compared to what they had been, so I was able to just kind of run with the front guys, keep up with them. I was actually kind of reeling them in. And then that last pit stop, I just stayed out, 10 laps after they pitted, I believe it was, and I didn't realize how much faster I was than them going in there. I was just in it to win it. If I got the Hearn, I mean, he was getting moved. If I got the Moore and he was in the way, I mean, he was getting moved. This is for the Final Four playoff spot. I wasn't going to get denied. I had a bad week last week, and this one was going to be mine.
Come on, Nick, you just answered all my questions. Daggone you. I knew you were going to do something like that. Maybe I don't want to talk to you anymore. But anyways, great job, my friend. And the reason why I picked you safely was because Gary picked you first. So if anything went wrong, you could blame Gary and not Ken up in the booth that has a tendency to have the announcer curse. So it didn't happen. I was telling Harold when you came out of the last pit, I said, I think you were 9 seconds behind. And I'm like, man, is 9 seconds and 9 laps on difference on the tire gonna catch him? Sure enough, man, you had one more lap. I totally think you were going to pass him. So you stayed up front most of the night. That honestly helped you out a lot, didn't it? Because you didn't get caught up in the crap that happened behind you.
Yeah, and that was like last week. I mean, I fell back. I had a bad pit entry into my stall. I slid through it. That put me in the back, and then just calamity towards the back. So it just kind of what threw me far back in the points of what I should have been. And today was just, I had to have a clean race. I wish I would have got the pole. I missed it by just a little bit. That would have helped me out tremendously, but I didn't get it. So I was just looking for consistency tonight, and pit strategy worked for me. And I'm just super excited right now, man.
Man, you should be. You should be. Going to the Final Four. That's fantastic. Who you want to shout out to? I know you got a lot. By the way, Gary says he's good luck for you, just so you know.
Everybody, Jacob Bell, all you guys up there in the booth, Northern Capital for this awesome league, the series that we're running, Transcendent, our new name for our team. We were One Mine. We're going to finish out as One Mine with all the trucks. Drew pushing me, Vern, Forrest, Gary, Carol, Shane Wolf, he's in there too. I mean, everybody here is just tremendous league, and I'm happy of what I have around me to help push to make it to the Final Four.
Well, great job tonight. Really fun watching you do it. Man, you put it down hard, and now you're going to go and run for the championship next week. So we'll see you out there, buddy.
Yep, I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah, man.
All right. That was second place finisher Nick Trader. Going to send him down to the group there and pull in Cody Moore. And all right, Cody Moore, you're in the booth with Harold and Cushy, bringing that Michael Falk Racing Designs truck into your podium finish here, third. So how did you get that thing done there tonight? I know you were trying to get a little bit closer there. It came down to a tiebreaker between you and Nick Trader. Nick edged you by the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention or something, or my mind wasn't working. I thought the situation was that as long as player had a bad race and none of the three behind me won, I was in, and yeah, the tiebreaker, that's brutal.
Yeah, he got. I believe it. I'm not for sure, but I believe he's got a win, and that was the tiebreaker. I'd have to go check to be sure. But Jake sent me a list saying it came down to a tiebreaker to put him in. But you were there, man, the whole night. You saw a lot of changes. We saw you do a fuel only pit stop, and then the next stop you came in for 4 tires. You know, tell me about that. What happened there?
Yeah, my strategy was just to keep it 30, 60, 90 there. I felt like taking tires there was way too early. I didn't want to get caught on a long run and then not have any tires left at the end. So that was kind of my plan, was just stick with the strategy. And luckily that caution came out, kind of put me right back on cycle. And yeah, I had good speed. I feel like I've had good speed most of the season. It's just after Daytona, it was kind of a rough trip. I had a couple, bottom 20 places where I didn't earn many points, but yeah, this league's pretty incredible. So making it fifth is an achievement, but it's still a pretty big bummer.
Well, basically, we got another season coming right around the corner. Believe we're going to start, I want to say the last week of March is what I'm hearing, but rumors are still flying, so March will get that all hammered in. We still got Phoenix next week. You can play the upset. I mean, that's what I do.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're going to keep going hard here. Just, yeah, wanted to make that Final Four, kind of make a splash in this series, kind of new to it, but fifth in the tiebreak, I'll take it.
All right. Cody, who gets it done for you to get that thing in the podium tonight?
I got to thank, first off, Michael Falk Racing Designs. He does really good paints. Hit him up. He does a good job. My teammates, like Colin Willems and Will Witt, whatever team we're on now since Pacino flaked out at the beginning of the year. Shout out to Pacino. He's a sketchball. You guys in the broadcast, you do a great job. And especially the guys that run the league, Jacob Bell, and I'm sure I'm missing a few guys, but I really appreciate them having me, and it's been a blast, and I've learned a lot in this league. It's really competitive.
All right, Cody, let you get going. Your third place finish tonight. See you in Phoenix next.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so Cody Moore. So we'll get some things done here really quick, and then we'll get to the thing everybody's waiting on. So tonight's race recap for the Scarecrow 180. Saw Cameron Hearn winning with 16 laps led, 4 cautions for 15 laps. 26 drivers took to the green flag. Brad Slaughter, fastest lap, 30.669. The results for tonight: Cameron Hearn wins, Trader second, Cody Moore third, Nick Halda in the 4th spot. Great run for Nick Halda. James Shanewolf 5th, Danny Weir 6th, Travis Beckner in the 7th spot, Bobby Tinch 8th, Tyler Hallman in 9th, and Drew Trader in the 10th spot.
11 spots got Vern Hawkins in the 14th, Garrett Grant in 12th, Andrew Player in 13th, Brad Slaughter in the 14th, Dwayne Dunn comes in 15th, Blair Patterson 16th, Forrest Smith, Jacob Bell, Ryan Swan, and William Witt round out the top 20.
And finishing up, Matthew Robinson, 65 laps down, Rigney 66, Seidenfaden 73, Wilms 74 back, Mullins 84, and Nolan Neiman back 86 laps. Calamity Corner hit hard for Robinson, Rigney, and Seidenfaden, as we saw. That is our results for the Scarecrow 180. And now for the thing everybody's looking for. Who are the 4? There they are.
There
Bam.
we go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
The championship 4 heading to Phoenix Raceway next week. Brad Slaughter, Danny Weir, James Shanewolf, and Nicholas Trader. So there'll be a race within a race next week. The first across the line of these 4 drivers gets crowned champion. And then also, of course, whoever gets across gets that checkered flag to go home. That's Phoenix next week. And as we were talking, we were just there with one of our other league that we do on Fridays between us for One to Go Studios. And very unique looking track, short track racing. it'll be really cool to watch these guys. Their expertise on and off the racetrack. We'll see how they get it done. It's going to be one heck of a race. Don't miss it. Be back here same time, 8:40. We'll start up again. And tomorrow night we come back to Kansas for the Xfinity for its round of 8 ending. And then on Thursday night for the Cups. And then we'll get into championship week at Phoenix starting on Monday. And then we're going to have a break for a little while. So, Ken, man, what are we going to look forward to next week, man, before we sign out?
Well, I think the 4 that are there are just all 4 great drivers. They've some of them, Brad and Shanewiff, have just been at it all year long. And then Danny Ware has just, I mean, he's turned the gas on. Nick Trader did a great job tonight. I really can't wait to see how the 4 of those guys run. If you've not seen Phoenix's new layout, I talked about it last week on our Friday. It's the weirdest looking track I've ever seen, and these trucks on that track are going to have a wild ride. So if you want to see a great championship race, Northern Capital Truck Series next Tuesday night is just going to deliver that. I promise you, it will deliver that. Shout out to, I mean, we had awesome people in the chat. 18 of them are still with us today, right now, Harold. So all of you guys that were there, Andrew Santo for jumping in and giving us some good stuff. Gary, of course, there as well. You guys did a great job, and we again love you. We appreciate you all each week, and we look forward to next week.
All right, definitely see you guys next week at Phoenix Raceway with the Truck Series, and then Championship 4 will do battle out there on the racetrack. Until then, we'll see you at the next turn.
What an exciting race brought to you by Wendigo Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Thank you to all our sponsors, drivers, and viewers. We'll see you at the next turn.